The job is not complete. It's a work in progress. The culture is being built up, but has not yet been thoroughly embedded in society. So he has a lot of work still to do. 4 years is too small for this sort of endeavor, this rescue mission. 4 years is just too small. And we need him to be there guiding this, because that's the main thing he does. Some of us are the ones in the field. It's guiding us, providing the spirit for us to act on and the directive. We need that guidance. We need that authority. We need that reputation, that integrity. This is a man respected all over the world. A man who has been proclaimed champion of anti-corruption in Africa by AU. A man who Donald Trump, who is supposed to have dislike and probably contempt for Nigerians, was able to announce as a man of great achievements in the area of corruption war. So this man is a man we need very badly for the image of this country to be spruced up, for the raising of all our various standards, the poor, the middle class, and even the wealthy to know that they owe responsibilities to the less privileged. We need him for all that in the next 4 years.
If Nigeria knows what pertains to his peace, it will re-elect President Muhammadu Buhari so that he can give us a country we can be proud of and which our children can inherit. A country that will give everyone a future and a hope. See the spending on infrastructure. As at 2015, works got only 18 billion naira in that budget. Now see, 2016, the administration spent over 1 trillion naira on capital projects for the first time in this country. 2017, it spent 1.2 trillion. And then the budget for last year is closing with spending up to 1.5 trillion naira on capital. It has never happened before in this country. Why then would anybody want to change that kind of development? There's a gestation period for all projects. By the time we come to full fruition of the projects all over the country, railway, roads, bridges, power, Nigeria will become a showpiece. We go around with the president, many parts of the world with him. When world leaders talk of our president, our heads swell. I remember when the then President Barack Obama was introducing our president to the Prime Minister of Canada. He said, meet the Nigerian president, President Buhari, who is doing a very great job. And the Canadian Prime Minister replied, very, very good job. Every Nigerian will be proud of that. And then, in the first official visit to Washington, this same President Obama then said, you came onto your assignment with a great deal of integrity. Which Nigerian would not be happy to hear that. And then hear President Trump, how he described our president, saying that he is doing a good job in fighting corruption. He's a man of integrity. The day that the EFCC headquarters was inaugurated, the General Secretary of the Commonwealth, Baroness Patricia Scotland, was there. And when she spoke, she said the war against corruption in Nigeria is awe-inspiring. The former South African president, Thabo Mbeki, was there. He said, I have known your president a long while back, and he's a man whose principle and practice is against corruption. So when you hear this about your president, it makes you proud to be a Nigerian. In the past, the way they would talk of Nigeria was to say, it's a fantastically corrupt country. But we know that the reputation is changing. And don't forget that when the then British Prime Minister, David Cameron, described Nigeria and some countries as fantastically corrupt, you had the Anglican Archbishop of Canterbury, who heads the Anglican Church worldwide. He said, yes, Nigeria may be a fantastically corrupt country, but this particular president is not corrupt. It's good to hear things like that. It's part of change.
I think it's important to the extent that it's a fundamental shift in direction, and you don't achieve that in 4 years. No country achieves that in 4 years. It's a program of let's do the roads, and then after you do the roads, you say, okay, what's next? Or let's fix power. After that, okay, now we need to focus strongly on education. We need to focus strongly on health. So you need that continuity. Otherwise, you lose the gains that you have. I would say that it's critical that we continue in the direction that we're continuing. It's a journey of reform. The fight against corruption, the fight against wastage. We don't talk a lot about it, but a lot of money is just wasted. You know, people don't account for money properly. We've built a huge reform program, and some of the deliverables will begin to be seen from next year and beyond. And I think economically it'll be a completely different Nigeria.
The culture that he's beginning to instill in all of us, the culture of selfless service to the country, the culture of anti-corruption, the culture of discipline in our various ways, that culture will be truncated by these people waiting with their fangs. They can't wait. You see them running about trying to do alliances here and there. They just want to come back. They can't wait. This president must continue in 2023 so that we can kill all those culture of yesteryears. Those people, we want them to change. Those people who were used to money and corruption, we don't want to drive them away. Eventually, after 2019, they will see our point. They will join us. We will reform them. They will begin to think like us. The oxygen of these opposition parties, especially the PDP, is money. Without money, they can't campaign. They have been used to federal pause since 1999. So they breathe money. They eat money. They can't do anything without money. Once campaign time is coming around, it is money. And I've been telling so many people, I said, those who worked for Buhari over the years, nothing. So I was on a journey to nowhere, but I was following my conscience. And people are talking about integrity. I want to call them out today and come and interpret what integrity is for me.
Because we haven't recovered yet from the damage. It took decades to create all the rot. Even the lifestyles. We've heard rumors about people that said, while Buhari is there, they won't touch any money. Guess what? Nigeria will still get that money back. Because very soon, all those big funds sitting in the banks will have to be listed. Everybody, every name will be investigated. So how could anyone think one term will be enough? I wish he could have 3 more terms. But of course, our president is constitutionally in line. He would never do anything. That's why the jokers in National Assembly can continue with their mess. Because the president, when he got voted in as a civilian president, dropped his military uniform, left it back in the aura. Because he's sincere. And anything he commits to, he stays with it. He's a person we can trust. So we have a person we can trust that's trying to clean up Nigeria. And we won't listen to the criminals that are hiding their money, that are looking for excuses, creating herdsmen. Recently, some herdsmen got caught. But were they herdsmen? Under the guise of politics, killing innocent people, creating problems in different places, just so you can turn against the person there and hopefully win elections. So you'd kill people because of elections. A lot of strange things have been happening in Nigeria. We have to appease a lot of lost souls. And the only way we can appease these souls is by making sure we have justice. Only justice can wash away that blood that has been spilled. And President Buhari is bringing justice to Nigeria. It's coming back. Look at MKO Abiola's blood. Now he can rest in peace. It included an apology, not just an award, but also an apology. May his soul rest in peace. And may all the things, all the spiritual aspect of life that has been holding Nigeria back, may we resolve them through justice.
Buhari means well. Let's forget about this techno-religious, I will call it war, that is going on in this country. Because when I mean war, you need to see what's happening on the Facebook, you need to see what's happening in the southeast when you mention Buhari. So I want them to forget about that. We need to move on. We need to be part of the government. We need to be part of this growth, this change that has taken over this country. Change is a moving train. We need to board. We need to quickly run into it before we'll be left behind. We don't want to be left behind. Enough of this bickering, enough of this quarrel, enough of these abuses everywhere. Even our elders, Southeast elders, I need to appeal to them. We need to make it right this time around. We messed it up 2015, and I don't think we should also mess it up 2019. We need to give it to the right person, and the right person is Buhari. We should forget about this religious. Buhari is not Islamizing anybody. He has not Islamized me. He has not ever mentioned about Islamization in this country. He is not Islamizing anybody. They say he's a tribalistic man. No, he's not. He's a complete Nigerian. He respects every Nigerian. Be you Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Efik, Bini, Ibibio, Ijo, I'm mentioning everyone for there in the south, east, south. He respects everybody and he loves everybody. If he can feed the children in this thing, he didn't even say, okay, no, we should not forget about them. No, he didn't do that. Empower is happening in my village. He's feeding people in my village. And my village is the core southeast. We should move on. It's high time. We should move on. Because it's becoming embarrassing that everybody has moved on and we have refused to move on. Especially the youths. All what our leaders have told us in the southeast, have they caused any change? Have they done anything for us? Nothing. They only bring this device, this person is a Hausa, this person is a Yoruba, this person is a Muslim. No, enough of that. We in the southeast, we should emulate the southwesterners, the Yorubas precisely. You will see a family, the mother is a Muslim, the father is a Muslim, the kids are Christians, and they live together. When it's time for Easter, they all come together. When it's time for Salah, they all come together. That's how to live. Tolerance. We need to tolerate ourselves. We need to tolerate everybody. Everybody is created by God. I'm appealing to every one of them in the southeast, especially the youths that have taken over the streets, mentioning that they're not Nigerians. If you're not Nigerian, then who are you? That passport you're holding is a Nigerian passport. That national ID card you're holding is a Nigerian national ID card. So enough of those stories about you not being a Nigerian or Buhari Islamizing Nigeria. No, he's not Islamizing Nigeria. He's directing Nigeria the way he should go. He's directing our paths. By the unction that God has given to him to direct our paths, he's doing it. He's a God sent. God sent him here for a purpose. And that purpose, we must encourage him to fulfill it. That's our duty. To support him, to pray for him. He needs that from us. Show him some love. He's already showing us love. He's doing our roles for us. He's feeding our children. He's empowering our youths. And some of our old parents who are poor, who cannot take care of themselves, are receiving the 5,000 naira monthly allowance. You should try and understand what is going on and be part of what is going on. Be part of this moving train. And God bless us as we do so.